Airability actually started life as the British Disabled Flying Club, which is really a group of people that previously were pilots that became disabled and then wanted to get their pilot's licence back. From that point, the charity has grown and grown and grown. And last year, over 500 people took to the skies, but over 900 people participated with Airability. So from that early start back in the 1990s, it's incredible where we've come to now.
To teach people with disability to fly is slightly different to normal flight instruction, because you have to essentially look at the disability of each person and then mould your teaching to that.
I'm what's called T12 paraplegic, so I'm paralysed, no use of my legs, as a result of an injury while serving with the Royal Marines, 40 Commando Royal Marines. I did a scholarship with disabled, flying scholarships with disabled people, and Airability was one of the providers with that. So I came to, once I'd completed that, I came to Airability and took up after my 20 hours to carry on flying.
You might have someone who doesn't have the use of their legs, so that's a physical disability, so you're looking at perhaps using a hand control. And you might have a mental disability, and I've flown everyone from people who are blind, and that's a completely different teaching experience because we're visual pilots in what we teach. And I've taught people all the way to having to hoist them in and they have absolutely no mobility whatsoever. In that case, it's just exposing them to the experience of flight and flight with Airability.
I have cerebral palsy, and that is a neurological disorder that mainly affects its varying forms of disability. Mine is mostly with my motor coordination and with finesse movements, and I do fatigue a little quicker if I'm not well rested.
At Airability, we do occasionally have some great fun activities. For example, we set a Guinness World Record with our flight simulator, flying it around the world in real time, and we had some celebrities like astronaut Buzz Aldrin come and take part in that challenge. Clearly that was great fun, but I have to say that every day we meet the most amazing people. We put some amazing smiles on faces. So every day I think we just see that wonderful activity and the magic of flight just affecting people.
Well, since I was a very young man, a very young boy of 8 years old, I've always been inspired by the world of aviation, and so it's just been a lifelong ambition. Many people were amazed when I started driving, let alone flying an airplane. So when I started flying an airplane where people had previously said it wasn't possible, Airability and myself have proved the naysayers wrong. Mike, you got to come on camera now.
I'm here.
It was November the 23rd, 2015. We had landed in the morning, and Mike said to me, "Right, do you want to go off on your own then?" And I said, "Yeah, okay." I was a bit nervous, but Mike said, go off on your own. And a few years before that, we did a medical test, which Mike approved. And so those two moments are the most memorable moments of my flight training.
Obviously it challenges you in terms of taking you beyond your comfort zone. The first time somebody switches the propeller off and you do practice false landings, that kind of thing, or puts it into a spiral dive and asks you to recover, then it's not something that you do every day, something that's a bit different. So yeah, it's been a fantastic challenge.
It's been fantastic. That's one word and it says it all. Fantastic.